What do you do when your anger is justified? When someone hurts you, or worse, hurts someone you love? As Christian moms raising boys, we can't pretend anger doesn't exist. Our sons at some point will be wronged, and they'll feel it, and they're watching how we handle it right now. In this episode of Raising Boys with Purpose, we're talking about righteous anger and what the Bible actually says about it. Because anger isn't the problem. What we do with it is. If you're raising a teen or young adult son and want to teach him emotional intelligence, faith, and self-control, this conversation matters. Welcome to Raising Boys with Purpose, a Christian parenting podcast for moms raising teens and young adult sons. I'm Brooke, a boy mom and parenting coach, and here we talk about raising sons, building character, and preparing our boys for adulthood with confidence and faith. If you scroll through social media or turn on the news, you'll see a lot of anger. Loud anger, public anger, explosive anger. But what we don't see are the quiet kinds. The anger people carry every day. Sometimes anger comes from pride or selfishness. But sometimes it comes from a real wrong, a betrayal, an injustice. Watching someone you love get hurt. What do we do with that kind of anger? The kind that wants justice, the kind that wants to fix it, the kind that lingers and slowly begins shaping our thoughts, our conversations, even our homes. How do we move forward without pretending it didn't happen? Recently, I've been kind of wrestling with this. Someone I love is being wronged, and it isn't new. It's layered. Years of hurt, different situations, but the same source. I'm on the outside watching the confusion and the pain unfold, and if I'm honest, I feel helpless. And helplessness can turn into anger quickly. Anger on their behalf. Anger because I can't fix it. Anger because I don't understand how we even got here. Most days, I push it aside. But then something resurfaces, and it's right back at the front of my heart. And I've had to ask myself, what am I going to do with this? Because my sons are watching, and I don't want anger, even justified anger, to shape our home. So the first step is to just be honest. Why are you angry? Is it something done to you? Or is it something done to someone you love? And that distinction matters because while we can't control what others do, we are responsible for, how we respond. In Matthew 18:15, Jesus talks about addressing offenses directly between the people involved. We're not called to absorb someone else's offense and carry it as our own. We're called toward reconciliation, not escalation. And then there's the bigger picture, the bigger question. Is anger a sin? In Mark 3:5, Jesus looked around at the Pharisees in anger, deeply distressed at their stubborn hearts. His anger was connected to grief over injustice and hard-heartedness. It wasn't reckless, it wasn't vindictive, it was righteous. Yet, in Psalms 4:4 reminds us, be angry and do not sin. Ponder in your own hearts and be silent. Anger itself isn't automatically sin, but unchecked anger can quickly lead us there. Ephesians 4:31-32 takes it even further. It says, get rid of all bitterness, rage, and anger. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. That's the tension. We may be justified in feeling anger, but we are never justified in letting it harden into bitterness. Processing anger means bringing it before God, not pretending it's not there. It may mean sitting with Him in the confusion. It may mean choosing forgiveness before you're feeling ready. And here's what I'm learning. God doesn't waste pain, even when we can't fix the situation. He can shape us in it. He can soften our hearts instead of letting them grow hard. He can build endurance and wisdom and deeper trust if we allow him to work. Sometimes forgiveness isn't a one-time decision. Sometimes it's a daily obedience. Now, as for our sons, I've found that our sons often pay better attention than we give them credit for. Our boys know when we're angry. The goal isn't to hide it, it's to handle it well. We might explain to them, I'm really upset about something, and I'm asking God to help me respond wisely. Not venting, not oversharing, but modeling self-control, showing them that strong emotion doesn't have to control strong men. But if we want our sons to grow into men who respond with wisdom instead of reaction, they need to see what it looks like up close. So, Mama, if you're carrying anger right now, especially the kind that feels justified, you're not wrong for feeling it. But you don't have to live in it. God sees the injustice. He sees the hurt. And even if resolution doesn't come the way we want, he's still working. Maybe moving forward doesn't mean everything is fixed. Maybe it means we choose day by day not to let anger have the final word. Today, I'm choosing to hand it to him. And if tomorrow it feels heavy again, I'll just choose it again. If this episode of Raising Boys with Purpose encouraged you, please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of this podcast. And if you're raising a teen or young adult son and want encouragement and practical guidance, come join us in the Raising Boys with Purpose Facebook community. The link is below. Thanks for being here today. Now grab your iced coffee, hug your son, and remember, you're raising him with purpose.